Everybody loves ribs, I certainly do, and I was always wondering how people made tender ribs that fall off the bone. Well, I discovered the method that works every time, so keep watching and you'll be able to do it too. Today I'm using baby back ribs, but this works well with St. Louis style ribs, which are quite a bit meatier. I always do 2 racks at a time, but you can do more if you want. I usually get them when it's buy one get one free during major holidays. Once the ribs are out of the package, I have to remove the membrane on the back of the slab. Take a knife and start to pull up the membrane on one corner. Once you get a corner separated from the meat, you can start pulling it up. Sometimes it's really easy to remove, and other times it's a bit tougher. It helps to use the knife to slice along the membrane when it gets stuck. Removing the membrane helps the ribs separate easier, and you don't have this chewy layer to eat when it's served. I'll just repeat this with a second rack and they'll be ready to be seasoned. The seasoning is pretty simple. I use salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. I never measure the seasoning, I just sprinkle a decent amount on both sides of the ribs. Then I give them a quick rub to get it to stick. Now line a large casserole dish with tinfoil on the bottom. The ribs won't fit in the dish, so I cut them in half right down the middle. They're now all sized to fit. Cover the dish with another sheet of foil and seal around the top. You can bake this now, or I like to put the ribs in the fridge for about 2 to 4 hours to marinate. When you're ready to bake, preheat the oven to 300 degrees. When the oven has reached temperature, place the dish on the middle rack and bake for 2.5 to 3 hours. 3 hours is actually better. When the ribs are baking, the whole house really smells delicious. When the timer goes off, the ribs are ready to come out. At this time, they're super tender and ready to fall off the bone. However, we're not done yet, but you could eat them right now. But let's make these better. I'm going to move the ribs to a large dish and get ready for the final steps. For this, you'll need your favorite barbecue sauce because we're taking these ribs to the grill. Place the ribs on a heated grill and start brushing on the barbecue sauce. Very quickly, you can already see that the ribs are starting to look good. Make sure to brush both sides and cover everything with the sauce. Now would be a great time to grab your favorite drink and hang out by the grill for a bit. Flip the ribs a few times until the barbecue sauce is good and caramelized. Once you get a nice charring on the ribs, they're ready to serve. Back in the kitchen, slice between the rib bones and transfer to a serving dish. Believe me, this is a recipe that's sure to please everyone. I make this all the time now, and it gets easier every time. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more how-to videos and product reviews.